Hey mom, welcome to the show. So in this episode, I'm going to share a snippet of a 4-week webinar that I conducted with a group of newer entrepreneurs. And in this session, we talked about organic marketing and specifically using the local news to organically market your business, which I believe is a very underutilized marketing strategy. So over the past 10 years of building my brand, I've been on the local media several times. I've been on the national media, and I've done it all myself without the help of a PR firm. And I believe that you can do that as well. If you have the time, the bandwidth to do it, then you can definitely do your own PR. So if you are looking to promote a book, promote a webinar or some other aspect of your business, or just boost your brand's visibility and you have nothing to sell, then this episode is for you. So get your notebook, your journal, or whatever method you use to take notes because you do not want to miss this episode. Welcome to Momatize Your Passion. If you're a mom ready to turn your God-given passions into a fulfilling work-from-home career or grow your online brand, you are in the right place. I'm Tara Lon, celebrity blogger, content creator, and passion and purpose coach. I'm here to help you use your talents to create fulfilling, money-making opportunities. My prayer is that you'll find inspiration from God, encouragement, and practical ways to momatize your passion. Hey mom, if you're not yet on my newsletter, I encourage you to sign up. I only send an email once a week and I keep you posted on podcast episodes, new blog posts and interviews, monetization and marketing ideas, giveaways, and so much more. So if you want to stay in the loop, please be sure to click the newsletter sign-up link in the show notes, and I will keep you updated. So I think being on the local media will benefit all of you. There's a lot of benefits, but some of the benefits include you get instant social proof. So I shared with you last week on my website how, I've done a lot of local media, I've done national media, I've done all types of media. And underneath on my website, it says something like, as seen on People or ABC or Entertainment Tonight. You can also put those little collaborations or things that you've done on your social media accounts. So when people see that, they just assume, oh, this person was on ABC. Maybe they're good. Maybe I want to try their service. It also builds local brand recognition. It also enhances community trust and credibility. It increases word of mouth referrals. If someone sees you on the news, for example, and they say, oh, I just saw a run club on NBC, maybe you should try this so-and-so. And it boosts local search engine optimization, which we'll talk about later, SEO. So if someone is searching for something specific, let's say they're searching for daycare, for example, in San Francisco. And let's say Evelise was just on the local news talking about helping women start daycares. They'll put the search in daycares in San Francisco. And because the news has built-in authority, then her story is likely to show up in Google if someone puts that search in. It definitely is good for SEO. So the local media is actually looking for human interest stories, believe it or not. So they're always looking for content. And like all of you have wonderful stories and you can provide the content that they're looking for. You just have to make sure you're doing it in a way that's adding value to what they're looking for. It's going to add value to the community, and it's going to be something that's riveting and something that actually makes a story. So there's top reasons why the local media might want to interview you. I'll talk about 5. They will want to interview you if it's relevant to the community. They also might want to interview you if it's educational. So if it's a story that helps others in a compelling way, if it educates, if it inspires, or if it showcases community impact, then they'll want to have you on the show. They also want to have you on if it's inspirational. So let's say you've overcome a significant hardship or challenge that can inspire other community members. They want those type of stories. Another reason why they'd want you on their show is because of positive representation. So there's so much negativity in the news and around the world. So if they can find a positive story that's uplifting, they definitely want you on their show. Another reason why they might want you on the show is because it's timely to current events. So we know, there's an election happening. Let's say you have a story that's irrelevant to what's going on, or maybe it's a timely piece related to some entertainment type of piece. And if, let's say, you are offering a story that just kind of shadows that, then they're likely to have you on as well. Okay, so the question is, how will your story serve or impact your community? And I can think of several story angles right now for you. Like, can you think of any story angle right now, like anything that you might feel would be helpful to share on the local news? Like, Mari, if someone wanted to interview you right now, can you think of an angle or story? I mean, I can. I'm just curious to know if you can think of anything.
I guess just at the top of my head, like pretty straightforward, but like creating a community exclusively for women who a running community, I guess, who've just moved to the San Francisco or the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely that's part of your story. And the refinement will come in when you figure out how to make it compelling, like your story, because there's a lot in there and you want to grab that person's attention. Maria, can you think of anything with your photo booths?
No, I was trying to think about maybe for the holidays how to add to your bed memories. Give me
Yeah,
an
I think
idea.
that's perfect.
Maybe you have an idea.
Well, I think because of the upcoming holidays, you can mention how, some people are stressed out because they have to plan holiday parties and they have no idea where to turn. And maybe you are a solution. You're a solution
Okay.
for stressed out community workers who are looking to up level their holiday parties. I just made that up. So maybe it's something like that, because what you're offering in the photo booths, and actually you're offering kind of like a full cycle entertainment piece, like you're adding a lot of value to someone's potential party. And there's people who are
Okay.
stressed out because they have no idea what to do. And you're offering not only the photo booths, karaoke, or whatever it is that you're offering. Like there's a way to package that and make it a headline where, you can help the community in some way, but we'll refine it as we go.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Evelise, you can stay muted if you can't talk.
Really quickly, I probably would say empowering childcare providers in an impactful way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And just your story alone, as far as how you were the first person to go to college in your family, and how you made it all work with small children. You went back to school, like how you were inspired to create this business because you see the value in it helping other parents. Like there's so much that you can offer. There's people who are struggling right now, even financially. They're struggling financially. They don't know where to start with their business. And here you are coming in and you can help them start a business from beginning to end. So you have a solution for them. As far as marketing and not having anything to sell yet, you can all still market brand and not actually sell something to people, because that's what I did starting out, where I built my brand. I wasn't selling anything to anyone. I was just providing free content, but I was still on like did national media, local media, and I wasn't selling anything. I was just bringing recognition to my brand and bringing more followers, more email subscribers. So I was just building up my brand in anticipation of my business coming. So that's perfectly fine as well, even if you don't have anything to sell yet. So let's say you have a podcast, let's say you have a blog, let's say you have a YouTube channel, a Facebook group that's bringing the community together, but you're not selling anything. You can still be on the local media with your story. You just have to have the right angle in what you're going to talk about. And it has to serve the community and bring value to them. So we're going to talk about that. So the local media. So these are real headlines from the news that I just found from a Google search. I'm just giving you an idea of the type of stories that the local media is interested in. So this is one I pulled under photo booths. This is the Shreveport Times. The headline is, Shreveport man brings unique photo trend to weddings and events in Northwest Louisiana. So this guy was on the local news and interviewed because of his photo booths. So these are run clubs. There were a ton of run clubs, just so you know, Mari. These are just some of them. So this one, I'll start at the bottom. Thick Thighs Run Club is breaking down barriers in a fitness-obsessed city. See how niche they are? They're niche with thick thighs. Like you can choose any niche and people will join it because there's so many people out there. You can have thick thighs and be part of a club. This other one says, Mount Lacrosse and River City Running Club team up for Alpine Challenge. Another one on CBS News, Fort Worth coffee shop turns into meetup spot for local runners. See, there's so many for run clubs. These are just some. So some for florists, I'll just give you a couple. Floral Studio Hat Bar win Downtown Business Challenge. Like that made the local news. This other one says, from selling flowers to shaping futures, a local florist's impact on youth. So again, this is just indicative of your story. And there's always a story somewhere in here. So this one is for childcare workers. Again, this is just from a Google search. From pandemic pandemonium, local mom launches childcare startup that has grown nationwide. Another one, entrepreneurial mom revolutionizes childcare for today's families and launches franchises. Evelise, that is exactly what you're doing or what you can do. Like you're doing this. So for small businesses, these are just some examples. Bay Area woman recognized for empowering entrepreneurs. San Jose Spotlight says, meet the San Jose man empowering immigrant businesses. Here's one more. Billings resident advocates for small businesses by developing directory app. So my point is there's so many stories and angles that you can take with your business. You just need to figure out what that story and what that angle is. So you do need to find the right journalist to pitch to. And there's many ways that you can find journalists to pitch to. These are just some. You can search the local news websites because if you go to, let's say you want to be on NBC or whatever your local station is, you go to their website, you find out who all the anchors are, the journalists, et cetera. Usually there's a bio on the website. It'll even talk about like the type of stories they do or what their interests are, et cetera. You could also use social media to find journalists. So you can even hashtag something like hashtag run group San Francisco. I don't know, I'm just making it up. But you can hashtag like whatever your keywords are for your business. Let's say it's hashtag photo booth story or something like that. Then you can see all the stories that come up under that hashtag and you can find like a journalist who's associated with that story. You could also go to the website of whatever news station you want to be on and you look for the human interest section. Because sometimes on their website, they will actually tell you what type of stories they're looking for. So that's another way that you can find journalists to pitch to. You could also search local stories that are relevant to your niche. So let's say some of the ones that I mentioned to you on Google. You look up those stories and you find the journalist who actually ran that story. So you see that that journalist is interested in those type of stories. So then you can follow that journalist on social media and try to contact that journalist and you can pitch your idea to them. You could also see what platforms your competition is showing up on. Case in point, the ones that I just read to you. Let's say that that's your competition. So you see what stories they are running and you can find out the journalist that's running their stories. You could also set up Google News alerts for your browser. So you can set up a Google alert for various type of stories that are relevant to you and your niche. So this is just a sample pitch letter that let me see which one I did. Okay, so this is a pitch that I actually sent to a Christian television station. And I think, as I mentioned to you, faith is one of the things that's important to me in my brand. So when you're pitching to a journalist, you want to craft it in a way that's interesting to them. So, for example, if you know like faith is big for that organization, or you know that mental health is big for that organization, you're going to craft your email in a way that's going to point out those things that you know bring value to that person. So I'm just going to read this really quickly. I said, "Hi, I hope your week is going well. My name is Tara Lon, a former actress and founder of Tinseltown Mom, a platform that encourages moms to pursue their God-led passions. I do this through my blog, my top-ranked podcast, and my passion and purpose coaching business. Over the past decade, I've had the privilege of interviewing hundreds of celebrity moms and successful mompreneurs, offering my viewers and listeners guidance and inspiration to follow their dreams while balancing the demands of family life. I would be honored to be on your show to discuss pursuing God-led passions in Hollywood. As someone married to a TV producer and living in LA, we are deeply immersed in the entertainment industry. Having a solid foundation in Christ is key. I've attached a short clip of my recent interview. So I attached that a clip so she could see me in action, where I emphasize the importance of moms pursuing their passions. Additionally, I've included some talking points below. So the reason why I've included talking points, or the reason why I included talking points, is to see if any of those talking points sparked an idea for her. So some of the talking points that I included are encouraging our kids to pursue their high-profile dreams, essential must-haves for Christians entering the entertainment industry, practical ways to build your own platform to share your message, how God turned my acting passion into a mission for moms, and turning passion into purpose. I know that was a lot. And then I ended it. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please let me know if you need anything else. Thank you in advance. So that was an actual pitch I sent. Literally within the week, she asked me to be on her show. So next, I want you all to write your pitch letter. And because if you ladies all have a solid pitch letter, you can tweak it here and there, based on who you're pitching to. So we'll just do like a basic pitch letter, so you have it and you know what you're going to talk about. But again, you can tweak it as you go. So go ahead and bring out your Google Doc, the pitch letter doc. So as you can see, you're going to have a subject, which is going to be a compelling headline. So I recommend that you email the journalist that you're interested in pitching. But in the subject line, it has to be so compelling that that journalist is going to want to open that email, because they get pitched so many times. If your headline is not compelling, they may not even open your email. It may not even matter what's in the body of the email. You have to have a compelling headline for even an interest to be sparked. Okay. And then next, you're going to have your greeting. And then in the second paragraph, you're going to include your bio in 2 to 3 sentences. In the third paragraph, you're going to talk about how your story can serve or impact the community. And then in the fourth paragraph, you're going to include 3 to 4 talking points that you're an expert in that you can talk about. And then in the 5th paragraph, you're going to thank them, ask them if they need anything else. And then you can end it by asking if you can collaborate. And again, you can tweak this. This is just something basic and similar to, what I do when I pitch journalists. So this is just a sample of what I put together. So I crafted this based on what Rebecca does. She's a florist. So this is a sample. For the subject, I put in story idea, because, it is good to say story idea because they're always looking for stories. So if you put in the headline story idea and it's compelling, they just may open your email. So this is the story idea I put in for Rebecca. I said, local florist eases wedding stress for brides and supports hurricane relief. Do you see how I put a current event in the subject line? I know the Hurricane Milton happened already, but it was relevant last week. We were in the thick of it. And this is where you go in with your pitch. So this is just a sample. I said, "Dear media contact, I hope you're doing well. My name is Rebecca, and I'm a Bay Area florist with a passion for helping stressed out brides create their perfect wedding. I specialize in offering custom last-minute floral arrangements that bring relief to overwhelmed brides. Additionally, 10% of every purchase supports victims of Hurricane Milton, allowing me to blend my love for flowers with a mission to help those in need. I believe my story will resonate with your audience by showcasing how personal passions can serve both local customers and communities affected by natural disasters." And then I listed a few talking points to consider, and then I ended it. So that was just an example. So now I want you ladies to think about something that your stories, like you want to marry it with what you do, with your brand, with your business, and you want it to be compelling enough that a journalist is going to want to have you on their show. For homework, you're going to figure this out, but just for now, you can even just start with the subject line. Like, what type of subject line might you have? And that's why I was asking you to tell your stories and why you started your businesses earlier, because somehow you can bring that in your pitch. Like if you talk about how when you moved to San Francisco, you were lonely and you couldn't find community and you got connected to a run club that changed your life, like that speaks volumes. And then you marry that with what you do and how you're trying to help other people. Like that's gold. Or Kiana, you might mention something about how, you suffer from acne all your life. You couldn't find anything that helped you until one day, boom, you actually made a product that helped you. And now you're helping other people in the same way. Like those stories are ones that people want to hear. Maria, you as well. A lot of people are overwhelmed right now during the holidays. They're stressed, they're depressed, they're anxious. They're the ones tasked to, start these events or create these wonderful events, and they don't know where to start. And maybe you're the solution for them. All right. So that was just a little snippet of the training that I did. Prayerfully, this was useful for you. If you still need help, then consider booking a one-on-one coaching call or a coaching package with me. I can help you find the right journalist to pitch to, find the right story angle, or just build your brand so you're ready to be in the media. If that sounds like you, there'll be a coaching application in the show notes. As always, thank you so much for listening today. If you know of another mom who could use this episode, will you do me a favor and share this with her? As you know, my platform is meant to be a blessing to mothers, so any support from you would be so appreciated. Until next time.